Hi guys, Dan the Mountain Man here, and today we are going to be making a squash casserole that came from a old blogging friend of mine, and she called it Down Home Squash Casserole. So we're going to try to make it again. It was good the last time I made it. It's been a while since I made it, so. But the first thing you're going to need is about 3-4 yellow squash. You're going to need half an onion, a big can of cream of chicken, and a 3/4 cup of sour cream, and salt and pepper to taste. That's the middle part. Now for the crust, a little bit, you'll need some self-raising flour. Need about a half cup of that, half a cup of cornmeal, 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and milk and water. So probably about a half a cup of milk and water till the texture of the thing the crust gets going. So let's get this started and get it going here. Okay guys, I have rinsed these squash off, and I've rinsed and cut the onion in half. So what you're going to want to do is take the squash, put the ends off, and I'm going to use the cut it into slices here. You cut it into cubes, slices. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so you get the basic thing here. I'm going to go ahead and cut these up like this, and so alright, so in order to save time here, go ahead and put this aside, and we're just going to dice up this onion here. Just be real careful with your knife not to cut yourself. Okay guys, once you got all this diced up, cut up, cubed, which I'm going to go ahead and finish that up, and then I'll show you the next step. I'll see you guys shortly. Okay guys, next step you want to do is cook your squash and onions. So what I'm going to do here, so I got these all chopped up. I wound up just doing 3 of the squash. You got the squash and the onions in here. I'm just going to put those in the water, let it boil to cook. You're going to cook it until it's all tender. And so we're going to let that boil. And while that's boiling, we're going to set the oven on here to 350 for the next step in here. Okay, now we're going to go on to the next step. While we're getting this, while the squash is cooking, we're going to work on the crust part of this recipe. Okay guys, while we're letting the squash and onions cook, we're going to continue on with preparing the crust. What you want to do with it is you want to put in your half cup of self-rising flour, half cup of the cornmeal mix, then you want an egg, 1 egg, and then melted butter. We're going to start out with a 1/2 cup of milk and see how well this mixes up, and then we're going to add water to let it thicken up if it needs it. But basically this is just to make a quick batter for a crust, and this should do perfectly. It looks like it's going to do fine. And it may actually be a little bit more thin than what I need it to be. So, but the recipe doesn't actually have a mixed thing in it, but alright, that looks perfectly fine to me. So I might actually would want it a little bit thicker. Yeah, a little bit thicker on that, but that'll be alright. Alright. I don't know why when I did it I didn't have the right down there, but we're going to go ahead and go with that. So maybe a little next time I'll use less milk. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start working on getting the part that for the middle part done. Now that we got the crust, we'll let that sit, the crust part sit for a little bit, and start working on the other stuff here. Okay guys, now it's time to put the casserole together here. The first thing you're going to do is get your mixing bowl here. Now we've cooked the squash until tender, so we're going to dump that in here, and let me clean the rest of it out of here. So I drained it. Now, and then you're going to want to put the can of cream of mushroom soup in here. Get it all cleaned out. Okay, and next thing, you want to put your sour cream in. That's 3/4 cup of sour cream. Alright, now put a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. We're just going to mix this all, get it all mixed really good before we put it into the let's see, I think this is a 2-liter. It's 8x8 8x8 or 9x9 glass casserole dish. Alright. I don't know if you need to have it greased, but I'm gonna spray it just in case. Make it a little easier to clean. Alright. Next thing you're gonna do here is we're just gonna take all this and put it down in here, and get all that squash and evenly spread out here. Now I got the oven preheated to 350. And so okay. So now for the next part. Alright, it's thickened up a little bit, so that's good. Next part, we got that. We're gonna kind of smooth it out a little bit better here. All smooth. There we go. Next part, we're going to just pour the batter over the over the squash mixture. Try to get it all covered here. Yeah. There we go. Turned out good here. That just looks good. Beautiful. Alright, here we go, guys. Just look at that. So we're going to go ahead and put this in the oven. We want to put it in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes till the crust is golden brown. So I'll see you here in about 30. Okay guys, I am done. I got this pulled out, let it cool a little bit. There it is, it looks nice. Crust turned out great. So we're going to go ahead here and I let it sit in there for an extra 5 minutes, and so about 40 minutes for this crust. Let's go ahead and cut into this and see how it all turns out. Head in here. That smells good. Alright, so there you guys go. Let me go ahead and sit this down here. See if I can get a little bit of it here. That is good right there. Well, crust turned out perfect. The middle, there's good flavor to it, nice and creamy. Taste the squash and onions are in there a little bit. It just tastes so good. So alright guys, this was some down home squash casserole. So take time, comment below on what you think about it. Give it a try. And something real simple and everything here. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel so you can catch more cooking videos like this. I try to get a cooking video out every Saturday. I also do some taste test videos, some adventure videos, and sightseeing videos. But I'm going to go ahead and finish eating this up, and I'll catch you guys later.